Good morning and welcome to a bright and breezy Sant Carles Marina in Spain. My name's Hugh and today we're looking at Fair Trader. She's a 2001 built 2-owner from new Trader 535 Sunliner. So we're out here in Spain. She's presently in second ownership, having been owned in the UK until last year, which will be 2018. She was then shipped out to Gibraltar, picked up and taken up the coast by her current owner. So we have a large semi-displacement motorboat. She weighs in at 19 tonnes light ship displacement. She's running on a pair of high option 660 horsepower Cat 3196 engines. She'll run up to 20 odd knots. She's quite happy cruising at 9 knots. She's quite happy at 10, 12, 14. She's starting to burn when she's getting into higher figures. But at 8 knots you can expect around about 5 to 5.5 litres per nautical mile burned combined. So looking from astern, you can see this Sunliner hardtop. It's a monocoque which is supported on large stainless steel frames. These boats are exceptionally well thought out, especially for med living. Full teak decks. These boats were built by the Tarquin Boat Company out in Taiwan to a very high standard and imported by Trader Motor Yachts into the UK. So we have 2 seating areas on this large covered aft deck. There's lighting overhead for the evening. Access up to the Flybridge. This is the stainless steel rail on the port side, with new covers to stop any burn when the curtains are dropped. Easy access down to the bathing platform via this spiral stair. We've got place down here to keep the dinghy, or it can actually be kept up on the top deck as is now. Got a new passerelle which was recently fitted. The boat is fully equipped and is being sold with full cruising inventory. So winch here, E-Perb, passerelle controls, John Boy. This is the support for the upper deck crane to launch the dinghy off. And as you can see, 2 easy reach grab rails. Plenty of stainless steel right around these craft, so very, very safe to move around. Plenty of stuff to grab hold of in a seaway. So moving up onto the Flybridge, we've got completely new trim on all of the soft furnishings. Also new Raymarine nav kit, which you can just see here. A nice new ray dome up there. Life raft, a large rig with all the nav kit on it. Dinghy on the aft end, small cubby there, door for the Flybridge. Loads and loads and loads of storage area underneath all of this seating. And looking around to the main helm position, which is in the new Trader style fly layout. Got an Axiom 9, repeaters for the caterpillars. A really good forward view over the foredeck. Very, very comfortable indeed. Upper sun pad for resting on. It's a great place to be. There's a full bimini that comes over. We've just taken it down as the morning breeze gets up here in Sant Carles, and as you can see, lockers right the way around here. Masses of storage inside these boats and on the deck. New bow and stern thruster controls. Cobalt Micro Commander throttle controls. Plenty of work being done during this gentleman's ownership of her, and she has full history right the way back to year dot, either by Finnings or by her current engine service agents. So heading out onto the starboard side deck, you can see really glossy finish still, air horns there, the Trader badge, good overhead handrail, and really beefy stanchions all the way around. And as with all Taiwanese boats, these have been finished and buffed up to a very, very high level of smooth finish. So no rust, no burrs, etc. We have a single sliding door for access straight into the helm here. 2 shallow steps up and you're on the foredeck. Full teak foredeck. Nice big hydraulic windlass on this boat. The hydraulics are running off the starboard engine. Big mooring bits. Nice big hefty anchor on the forward end. And as with most med, stern to mooring with bows on lazy lines. Plenty of gear for handling lines and warps. So big broad open foredeck, 3 screens. These are in extremely good order. There's absolutely no signs of leaking, which can be a trait in some of these traders. This one, as you can see, has the upgrade stainless steel package. Fly screens or mosquito screens to each sliding window. And again, plenty of stuff to get hold of. We're just going to stop here for a quick moment before we head down below into her accommodation. So as we move easily from the aft deck, we have the aft access door, which is lockable, and a curved stair. Just stopping here, we'll have a look at the amount of timber that was employed in the build of these boats. So this is the main saloon. We descend down 2 overhead grab rails, beautiful full teak interior. The upholstery up here was retrimmed in her previous ownership. All the carpets are in her new ownership. Really nice nautical curtains, air conditioning controls then. Looking around, you can see a huge amount of ventilation possibilities, plenty of seating area, and storage in absolutely every place that you look. That's why these boats are incredibly well suited to foreign climes, because you can put all of your cruising kit on board and not worry about having to bring stuff with you. So this is the table with this really nice ratchet mechanism for dropping to a coffee table or keeping up as a dining table as required. 4 stairs out. Storage drawer under this sofa. And in here we have an ice maker, which was added by the current owner. This could be swapped to a TV if needed. Everything on board is in really, really fine order. Fridge in here. There's a rack underneath the main helm seat with glasses. And then this is your main lower helm position. So nice, clear, easy instrumentation, good wash wipers, destroyer wheel, little kick rest for putting your feet on. Removable carpets throughout, and there's a nice teak and ash polished floor underneath everywhere. So looking at the main controls, we have log speed depth, cat information. This is your master volt battery manager, clock and barometer, stereo. Then over on the port side we've got another tide clock in there. This is the Axiom lower helm station display, so that can be routed through to all the new high definition radar. And then we've also got a proper navigation area on the port side. Sorry about the contrast here, just trying to show you that the inside of those screens is completely unmarked, so there's absolutely no signs of any damp coming in there. This is your trader operations manual and boat information, and in here we've got all of this finning history. Everything is invoiced pretty much back to day one. 2 extremely good owners have been on board her. Ship's bell there, stating name fair trader. She's British Part 1 registered with full documentation of VAT, etc. So as we move forward here, we've got 2 forward cabins. So simple stair. On the right hand side, we've got the AC and DC switching kept behind these glass doors. Again, carpeted, loose carpeted floors, all new carpets in the last 16 months. We move forward into the forward cabin with 2 very generous single berths. These boats were available with either this configuration or a large double berth here. This in fact gives you a lot more storage up forward. So we have 3 lockers at the forward end, central one being a hanging locker. It's an incredibly comfortable cabin, this one. I was sleeping on the starboard bunk last night. Loads and loads of air. 6 drawers on each side. We have independent air conditioning controls. Lights. It's all wired for AC. At the moment with 3 pin plugs. That's your independent air conditioning controls. All the cupboards are lined with cedar to stop any moth growth, and also louvered, so you get plenty of air through. There are little cubbies even at the front of this central hanging locker, and we've got 1 locker on either side, and then eye level lockers and cubby holes right around the boat. So looking off, we've got another hanging locker just on the starboard side, again with light. Everything in apple pie order. Little switch there so that when you shut the door, the light doth not shine. And we move aft, just having a quick look. Typical gold plated door furniture, and we've got your ensuite heads here, which acts both as a head to here and a day head. So moving aft, we've got a properly fully enclosed full standing headroom shower stall with a seat. All really nicely done. Head here, which is freshwater flush from memory. Lockers again for storing everything. Nice corium moulded worktop. We have 2 access points, so the forward one to the right goes into the forward cabin, and this one goes into the central corridor. Towel hook there, and just to show you where the loo roll is kept in this boat, there's a handy little reminder that it is under the sink. So we open this door, walk across this corridor, and we've got another cabin. This is a completely unique Trader 535 as far as we are aware, insofar as she has a 3rd head and shower compartment. So you come in, you've got 1 berth with a crossing berth above it, 2 singles. You walk around to the right, and we have a head there, again fresh water flush, cabinet with sink in, and then we have a shower head up here with a sump tray where I'm standing, plenty of light and air, and then there's a pocket door which just slides through from this pocket, locks over like this. Again, really well built, properly thought out, sensible, workmanlike and seamanlike vessels these. Good hanging locker behind the main door. Really decent sized bunks. There are independent air conditioning controls in this cabin also. We have 2 opening lights. If we just look around here, should be able to find the air conditioning controls, which are just here. Hurrah, found. So full air conditioning, also it's reverse cycle, so it will be used as heat if you want to just warm up after a chilly day on the water. And that's offering a little bit more light down from the navigation area. And again, a proper full-sized hanging locker. The boat is being sold with everything apart from the owner's clothes that are on board, so heaters, George Foreman grill, ice maker, all of that. You need to bring your clothes, pop some food in the car and head down here. Again, looking around you can see this is a really well thought out boat. Locks for each door, so there are catches on each, with a rest for the catch when not in use, and louvers at the bottom of each door to keep air moving. So we have forward access through into the engine room with a locking facility here, but we're going to have a look at the accommodation before we look in the toy box. So moving aft through the saloon, this is a superb piece of compartmentalisation of a cruising yacht. So move down into the aft area, got a whopping great galley, so this takes up a huge amount of the starboard area of the boat. Big U-shaped working area. Lots of new appliances in here, either during current or previous ownership. That's just a quick look into that aft master cabin, which we'll pop into in a moment. On the inner stand or range of units, we have a washer dryer, which is a Hoover unit. So that sits behind the louvered door just to keep it out of the way, but also remains ventilated. And then we have the main fridge just next door to it. As you can see, loads and loads and loads of locker space, cupboard space, drawer space, etc. And that's the engine room forward. So this is access from the main galley area into the engine room. So we just flick up this set of stairs. They're held on a pair of gas struts. There's a nice big lock here. And they've thought of everything. So if you were to get stuck inside, they can't have you in there and not being able to have your tea. So you pull on this handle, that opens the door and you can get out again. Really sensible. A lot of manufacturers wouldn't even think of that. So looking in here, we've got a pair of 660s. This is a fantastic engine room. We have soft panels above it. In the very unlikely event of having to move one of these big babies, you can pull out the floor, which is in sections above. And these have run about 2,000 hours. So we've got gearboxes behind, air conditioning units port side, main fuel filtration and fuel manifold system is just here with a big extinguisher. As you can see, forced extraction from the engine room to keep the air in here fresh for the turbos that are ingesting a fair amount of air in this when she's running. So not in their first flush of youth, these are getting on for 19 years old now, but they are so ready to start. Beautiful service history, never any major problems with them. Fantastic engine. Nice dumb, mainly mechanically governed, wonderful engine. Again, more air compressors and fan coils here. The air conditioning unit. Just having a look around. All very, very, very clean throughout. There are engineer spots on here so that you can start the engines from down here with a remote if you need to, with remote hour meters. Massive, massive cooling capacity on these big raw water filters. It's a superb engine room. Tanks are set either side of it. And just to close it down, we simply move back, shut the door, close that down, and you have exactly the same from the forward end. If you need to get to the forward end of the engines, the starboard one has the main PTO and the boiler is up there. So the selling draw for a lot of people, apart from this enormous galley here with water gauge, more power points, nice sink, plenty of light, really nice bean to coffee machine that goes with the boat. All the curtains etc. go with the boat. It's completely ready to take over. Fantastic piece of kit, this one. There was a little George Foreman grill, not sure if you saw it. We've got a 4-zone hob here, so that will work either off the generator or also off the main 230 volt. It's got the big 13.5 generator on this one. But this is the main drawer on these 535s. You get the most superb aft master cabin. It's full beam. It sits the full beam underneath the aft deck. Two whopping great opening transom hatches. Plenty more light coming in through side vents as well. Underneath this huge double bed, you have the main water tank, but she doesn't trim badly with half tanks, full tanks or less. Fully air conditioned. Two large double wardrobes in here. Moving aft to starboard, we've got a seated area with dressing mirror, power here, independent controls, yet more louvered drawers with more storage, yet more lockers up above the bed. And then we've got cubby holes, reading lights, curtains to each hatch, just spinning round. Access straight into the galley, so really easy to get up in the middle of the night, make yourself a cup of tea or grab some water. Then this is the dressing desk over on the right hand side again. So standing tall mirror, and this is the second hanging locker, so his and hers. More drawers right the way around the outside of the boat. And then we have the main ensuite heads compartment. So lovely teak and ash floors, really nice slightly marbled countertops. It's incredibly clean, it's incredibly fresh, massive amount of volume in here. And as per usual, traders decide to show off how well they can build their boats. So really nice touches like the framing on this door. And yep, inside not only a shower, it's got a very shallow knee bath. So just pull this across, completely and utterly nicely done. Proper glass panelled doors. Everything works. And lovely latticed trim on the upper section. So slide that back and you've got thumping great shower in there. Again, mirrors, loads of light, heated towel rail in this aft one, plenty of storage. And this is your home from home. This enormous aft bedroom makes my bedroom at home look pokey. So just walking back through, this is a 2001 Trader 535 Sunliner even. She's been very much loved from new. She could be yours now.